Right now on Denver7 News at 6 a.m., Colorado takes matters into its own hands for a new stimulus check.
Coloradans have been suffering for too long. We have waited for help to come from the federal government.
This morning, how to know if you're eligible for the one-time payment.
This is really, truly needed. It's a small drop in the bucket for what we need, but it's truly needed.
Plus, there are just 5 more days to turn in your ballot, but learning the results of this election could take much longer.
The election may not be decided by the morning of November 4th. And a lot of lawsuits may start to fly once that happens.
And amazing new video this morning. Not even a foot of snow and ice can stop Colorado's record-breaking wildfires. Such a bizarre sight and sound there. A scary thought, too, knowing those fires are still burning underneath all that snow. Good Thursday morning to you. I'm Brian Sanders.
And I'm Molly Hendrickson. Snow up north near those fires is expected to last several more days before melting. Well, I want to get out to Lisa. Lisa, we are in store for warmer and drier weather.
Yeah, so we will see a lot of melting there, but it's going to take a couple of days. You're right. This morning, when you compare it to the same time yesterday, it's about 5 to 15 degrees warmer. Every day this week, things have gotten a little warmer, and we're going to see that trend continue through the end of the week. This morning, you're starting off with 20s and 30s. It's actually a pretty nice start, but you're still going to want a heavy sweatshirt, a jacket, layer up this morning. This afternoon, though, we're going to climb, it looks like, into the upper 50s, close to 60 in a few neighborhoods. So it is going to be about 5 to 7 degrees warmer than yesterday. We've got Denver at right around 58. You're going to find Greeley and Fort Collins in the low to mid 50s, and then 40s for the mountains. Things will get warmer through Friday. We've got to look at your Halloween and also your Broncos forecast coming up, and also the dry weather. Satellite and radar is going to take a break again for the next couple of days, Jason. More details on that weekend forecast coming up.
And there still are some deceptively icy spots out and about here this morning. We've had a lot of melting over the daytime hours and then some freezing overnight. And one of those spots is here coming off of southbound I-25 to go west on 6th Avenue. Take a look from the camera there, and we can see the ramp is partially blocked. You're actually pulling a car that went on the other side of the guardrail down the hill here a little bit, pulling it up and then trying to get it out of there. So right now they are allowing traffic to get by in just one lane. So the ramp is not closed. It is restricted, a little bit slow in there, but really not worth an alternate route, at least at this point. They are picking up the last of the construction on I-70. Had some delays getting out past Colorado Boulevard. Right now it looks pretty nice across 270 if you want to use that through Commerce City. And otherwise a very quiet drive anywhere else you want to go around town.
Thanks, Jason. Within the next 30 minutes, we'll get a better idea of how many Americans are still facing unemployment. The latest unemployment numbers will be released, and there are so many right here in Colorado who are struggling. Lawmakers in Washington aren't making much progress on the next stimulus relief package. So Governor Polis is ordering the state to step in and help. Denver7's Micah Smith joins us live this morning. And Micah, hundreds of thousands of Coloradans will receive a state stimulus payment.
The state says 435,000 Coloradans are eligible for this payment, which will be a total of $168 million distributed throughout the state. If you're interested in receiving this payment, in order to be eligible, you must have received at least $1 of unemployment benefits between March 15th and October 24th of this year. Also within that same time frame, you may be eligible if you were eligible for weekly unemployment benefits. If you're interested, you don't have to do anything or take any action. The Colorado Department of Labor and Employment will reach out to you directly. Governor Polis says this money is coming from over-budgeted Medicaid programs and disaster relief money that would have gone to the state's general fund. But instead of saving that money, the governor says he wants to spend it to help Coloradans who may need it right now to get through the winter. And even though this money may not seem like a lot, one woman who used to work at the Pepsi Center in Coors Field told us this check lifts a weight off of her shoulders.
I need shoes. I need shoes. I need clothes. I mean, I need things. And this will give me the things that I need. Not the things that I want, but things that I need, things that my wife needs. This will buy medication for my wife. My wife's an MS patient.
The state says in order to make sure you receive this benefit, you need to log into your benefits account and make sure that your address is up to date. Everyone is expected to receive these payments by December 1st. Reporting live, Micah Smith, Denver7.
A one-time payment, and while something is better than nothing, $375 likely won't do too much. According to the USDA, the average family of 4 with kids spends $265 a week on groceries.
So since posting about the governor's plan to provide stimulus payments, we've received more than 1,200 comments. Terry writes, "Yay for us essential workers who have worked our butts off the whole time and made less money than anyone on unemployment because we didn't get an extra weekly bonus." While Brooks says this isn't much, but it is better than what the federal government is doing right now. For some families, this could help just a bit. Of course, it is not enough, but the bar is low at this point.
As for negotiations on a new stimulus package in Washington, senators adjourned Monday and they won't return until November 9th. House Democrats and the White House are working together to hash out their differences, but the two sides still can't agree on the size of the deal. House Democrats are proposing a $2.2 trillion package. Republicans want it to cost around $1.9 trillion.
Colorado small businesses hit hard by the pandemic are still waiting on the new stimulus package. They say they'll need more than just cash to survive. A recent U.S. Chamber of Commerce study found 57% of small business owners are basing their November vote on the economy and if they'll see any help from the government.
Also this morning, Colorado State University is warning about scammers who are using the hardships of the pandemic to steal your money. Denver7's Eric Luford joins us live this morning. And Eric, the scammers are getting pretty crafty, pretty slick.
They are, and of course, on top of the COVID-19 scams, campus police up here, they're saying there are a lot of job and financial scams going around right now. And the most prominent is going to be by phone, which isn't necessarily surprising to hear. There was one recent scam where the caller was spoofing CSU PD's phone number. This is how it worked. The caller tried to get money out of students, staff, and faculty through a promise of purchasing bitcoins. Another recent scam targeting CSU, employee emails with messages about job offers. And it's not just numbers that look like the police department. Scammers may call like they're representing a colleague or university employee or some other reputable person. And that final scam attempt, people are being contacted on campus with COVID-19 ploys, like offering tests, even vaccines, which we know do not exist right now. A few tips, not just for the people on campus, but everywhere. Notice the red flags. Is it a random call or an email? Do you notice high-pressure tactics? Always protect yourself, too. Start by Googling the phone number. Look up online information about the office or agency that's calling. If you're being threatened with collections or an arrest, call that number listed on the reputable website online, not from the number on your caller ID. Unfortunately, we know scams are everywhere, and according to the Federal Trade Commission, back in June, for the month of June alone, there were reports of $59 million in personal loss. You have got to be careful. Scammers know what they're doing, and they are taking lots of money. I'm in Fort Collins. Eric Luford, Denver7.
The last thing we need right now. Thank you, Eric. We do have some good news for crews battling the two largest wildfires in Colorado right now. The snow and cooler temps have stopped any significant growth. Crews were able to make progress on the East Troublesome Fire in Grand County. It is now 30% contained. We want to show you video, though, from the Cameron Peak Fire. Such an eerie sight and sound there. Michelle shared this. You can hear the flames sizzling underneath all that snow. Some areas are still seeing smoke rise from the 15 inches of snowpack there. And as we hit another stretch of warmer, drier weather, the fire could make another run if the wind picks up.
We are still waiting on a jury to decide the fate of a man accused of killing Adams County Deputy Heath Gum. And this morning, jurors will reconvene. Dreyon Deering is accused of shooting and killing Deputy Gum during a pursuit in 2018. A jury has been considering a first-degree murder charge since Tuesday afternoon. And another major Colorado case begins today. Jury selection will start in the trial of Mark Redwine. He's accused of killing his 13-year-old son in southwestern Colorado back in 2012. Dylan Redwine was last seen alive when he arrived for a court-ordered visit with his father. The boy's remains were found in some nearby mountains the next year. Mark Redwine was arrested in 2017 after evidence suggested there was blood on the clothes he was wearing when Dylan vanished.